Welcome to the Dungeon Brew Coffee Tavern, where every cup tells a story, and every story starts with a sip. Join us on a journey of adventure, camaraderie, and of course, the finest brews, served hot and steeped in mystery. From dragons to ancient legends, we're brewing up more than just coffee. Today's tale begins. As autumn's breath curls around the crossroads and the moons climb high, the veil between realms thins once more. Tonight, the Dungeon Brew Coffee Tavern opens its doors to both mortals and fae alike, for the festival of Hallow has come. But amid the laughter and lanterns, something strange simmers in the oven, and not all sweetness is safe to taste. But before we dive into today's adventure, a quick word from our sponsor.
Welcome, adventurers, to the Dungeon Brew Coffee Tavern, where every cup is a quest, and every sip, a story. Start your day with the boldness of rogues rolling thunder, Guatemalan beans aged in whiskey barrels, delivering a brew as daring as a rogue's escapade. For those with a sweet tooth, Bard's-inspired hazelnut offers a harmonious fusion of rich hazelnut and decadent chocolate, reminiscent of a bard's sweet serenade. Not a coffee connoisseur? Our artisan teas, like the delicate moonlit jasmine or the comforting cider harvest, promise a journey through flavors both exotic and familiar. Craving something enchanting? Dreamspell chai awaits, blending bold spices into a potion that stirs both body and soul. Join the Dungeon Brew crew and wear your passion proudly with our exclusive gear. Embark on your flavor adventure today at dungeonbrewcoffee.com. Dungeon Brew Coffee, brewing with initiative, rolling with life.
Now, grab your mug, settle in, and get ready for the next chapter in our brewing saga. Episode 45, Festival of Hallow. Autumn has settled upon the crossroads. The Dungeon Brew Coffee Tavern glows beneath strings of flickering lanterns, warm, amber light against the deepening blue of dusk. Runes carved into pumpkins hum with quiet wards, and the scent of spice, smoke, and fresh bread fills the air. It is the eve of Hallow, when the veil grows thin, and both mortal and fae gather in uneasy harmony.
All right, let's see. 3 spoonfuls of moon dust, a dash of cream, and a whisper of starlight. There! Moonlit foam, glows like a dream and tastes like midnight. Perfect.
Dreamy, sure. Until someone tries to drink it and starts glowing from the inside.
That only happened once.
Once too many. Now, watch this. My spiced emerald-glazed tart. The secret's all in the cooling. A hiss of smoke. When the tart smokes, the flavor deepens.
And here I thought smoke meant it was on fire again.
It's controlled fire.
So was the last one. Until it wasn't. Look at this one. Finest warrior gourd in the land. Even gave him a scar for character.
Bradicus, you're carving gourds like you're preparing for battle.
Every craftsman leaves a bit of his soul in his work. Mine just happens to wield a tiny wooden sword.
I just hope your soulful warrior doesn't roll off the counter and smash itself before the guests arrive. Teddy now, protection and peace woven tight. No tricks, no tangles.
Well said, healer. The veil stirs tonight. Best to remind both realms that balance is welcome, but mischief will mind its manners.
Is that why the wards hum louder than usual?
They feel the tension. The festival of Hallow always tests the old pact. Mortals and fae, sharing space, sharing magic, if only for a night.
And sharing drinks.
And desserts.
And possibly regrets.
That's not a mortal knock.
Then the first guest has arrived. Be ready.
She entered like a whisper from another world, tall and graceful, her black hair tied beneath a black veil, as if she were ready for a wedding. Her apron gleamed with silver buttons, and at her belt hung knives of every size, some polished, some stained with something not quite flour.
Good evening, my dear darlings. I do hope I'm not too early, though I find time works differently when you're chasing perfection in pastry.
And perfection carries a small armory, apparently.
Oh, one must always be prepared, dear. Dough and danger rise best when properly cut.
Lady Whittlefin Crumbclaw, the first of the fae to honor the pact this year. Welcome to the Hallow Festival.
How delightful! I've brought treats, of course, And perhaps a touch of trouble, if the night proves dull.
And with that, the veil thinned a little more. The festival had begun, and with it, the sweet scent of magic and mischief filled the air. Night had fully fallen, and the tavern at the crossroads stood awash in golden light. The veil shimmered like mist on water. From every corner of the unseen world, the Fae began to arrive, in waves of twinkling laughter, trailing music and scent in starlight.
That's a lot of sparkle for one doorway.
And twice as much perfume. Is that honey or lightning I smell?
Both. Keep your manners sharp and your wits sharper. They come as guests, but they are still Fae.
Guests who don't pay their tabs, I bet.
At the center of the tavern's great hall, beneath garlands of woven leaves and candlelight, stood Thistlefin Crumbclaw, her black bridal veil trailing like smoke behind her. Upon the long table before her lay an array of desserts so beautiful they almost seemed to breathe.
Welcome, wanderers and wishmakers. Tonight the ovens sing with joy, and fear itself is on the menu. I give you my latest indulgence, Anxiety Éclairs, silver glazed, dream whipped, and guaranteed to make the heart remember it's alive.
Did she just say anxiety?
I thought she said amity. Maybe it's a Fae accent.
No. She said exactly what she meant.
Within minutes, the tavern's warmth turned wild. Laughter burst like firecrackers. Conversations tangled. The air itself seemed to quicken, heartbeats drumming in every chest.
Why does it feel like my ribs are buzzing? Even my fire's jittering. See?
I'm fine. Totally fine. I'm just going to refoam the foam because it wasn't foamy enough.
Stop stirring. You're making it worse.
Silence. Something's turned the mood.
Patches felt at first, the pulse of unbalanced magic, bright and thin as a stretched string. Her healer's instinct stirred. This was no ordinary enchantment. The éclairs were feeding on emotion itself.
Mary Jane, your green wisdom's needed tonight.
From a small leather pouch, Patches drew out a vial of dried leaves, a gift from her old friend Mary Jane, a wandering herbalist from years past. The herb carried a calm as old as the soil, soft, grounding, and steadying to the heart.
Easy now, a little leaf for calm, a little patience for peace. Let them breathe again.
The scent rose, earthy, warm, and comforting, like rain on old stone. One by one, she poured the tisane into cups, offering it freely as soothing cider to the uneasy guests.
Oh, that's better. My heart's not racing anymore.
Mine either. And my flame's back to steady burn.
Bless the healer and her herbs. I was about to punch an eclair.
The frenzy softened. Laughter gentled to warmth again, and the tavern sighed as though the walls themselves could breathe once more.
What's this little comfort you pour, healer? Not many can dull the edge of my excitement.
Just something to keep hearts from beating themselves out of their chests. Not all sweetness needs a sting.
Ah, but a thrill of fear sweetens any flavor. Don't you think?
Her laughter lingered, light as glass, sharp as truth. And though the room had calmed, a single question hung between them, glimmering in the air like a blade's reflection. What price would joy demand before the night was through? The night pressed on, soft and strange beneath the twin moons. A fragile peace had returned to the tavern, stitched together with laughter, lantern light, and the hum of Fae delight. The air shimmered, not with danger now, but with possibility. And yet, Thistlefin Crumbclaw moved like a shadow of grace among the guests, her black bridal veil whispering over her shoulders. Her eyes, dark as roasted chestnuts and twice as sharp, never left the healer.
You have a steady hand, little patchwork, the kind that knows both mending and cutting. Perhaps you understand me better than most.
Maybe. But I prefer to leave things whole when I can.
Oh, I do as well. Sometimes you must carve away the fear before the sweetness shows.
Tell me I'm not the only one who thinks she's more than Fae.
I don't know what she is, but she moves like smoke and Sugar had a baby.
Maybe she was mortal once. You know, one of those who stayed too long in the twilight courts and forgot what heartbeat belonged to them.
Or maybe she baked her own soul into a pie and just never cooled off.
I swear one of her knives whispered my name.
Are you sure it wasn't your stomach?
No stomach ever sounded that flattering.
The revelry swayed on. Music swirled like mist, cups refilled themselves, and magic pooled at the tavern's edges, unseen, but waiting.
Something's shifting.
Fate sculled, ever attuned to the threads of magic, felt it, a fine line of energy looping between Thistlefin's glittering pastries and the runes etched in the tavern's beams.
Not just charm work, binding. She's weaving emotion into the walls. Every laugh, every sigh, feeding the foundation. The sweets aren't only spells, they're threads. She's tethering joy itself.
To what end?
That, healer, is the question.
Under the warmth and wonder, beneath the twinkle of fey lanterns and laughter, something older stirred, a pulse neither wholly light nor dark. And as moonlight spilled across the tavern floor, it seemed to move, like the beginning of a spell that had only just remembered its name. The air thickened, sweet with sugar, sharp with silver. Lantern light bent strangely, casting twin shadows where one should be. The laughter of the fae faltered, replaced by a hush that trembled between curiosity and fear.
Thistlefin Crumbclaw, you blur the line between gift and glamour.
And you forget, dear fate, every festival needs a little fear to remember the night by. Ooh.
Knives rise, dozens of them spiraling upward like a halo of silver fireflies. The blade shimmered, spinning in graceful arcs above her veil, each one glowing with the light of moonfire and mischief.
I. Definitely whispering now. And I liked it better when they weren't.
Should I be impressed or terrified?
Both. Always both.
You risk more than memory with such weaving, Thistlefin. These walls are mortal. They remember too deeply.
Then let them feel. Let them live. What is a festival without the taste of its own heart?
The tavern itself seemed to breathe, runes flaring, timbers sighing beneath the magic's weight. And then, through the shimmer and hum, a gentle sound, the clink of a teacup set upon wood.
Even fear can be balanced if you know the right leaf to stir.
She stepped forward, steam curling around her like a warding spell. In her hand, the humble brew, Mary Jane's gift of calm, still warm, still fragrant with earth and peace. One drop struck the nearest knife. Its silver light dimmed, from moonfire to soft candle glow. Another drop, another blade fell silent. One by one, the knives wavered, faltered, and drifted down, their whispers fading to sighs.
The balance holds.
Balance, then. You've tempered my craft, healer. A fair exchange.
Thistlefin reached for one knife still resting at her hip, forged of moon steel, its edge engraved with tiny crescent herbs and thornwork.
A gift for the one who can calm chaos without dulling it.
Thank you. I'll keep it sharp but gentle.
Respect, as all true healers should.
The tension faded like sugar and rain. Around them, laughter cautiously returned, lights rekindled, and even the walls seemed to sigh with contentment. Above it all, the moons gleamed down, twin reflections of the night's strange harmony, sweetness and shadow, in equal measure. Night gave way to pale dawn. The music had dwindled, the laughter grown drowsy, and the fae shimmered like dew before disappearing, their promises trailing like starlight in retreat.
Well then, what is a festival without a little danger to season it? Until next time, my dear tavern keepers, I shall return with sharper wit and safer sweets.
The faint sound of her laughter, lilting, metallic, fading as she vanishes like mist at sunrise. The companions gathered close around the hearth, mugs in hand, savoring what was left of Patch's soothing brew, steam curling upward like a final prayer for calm.
Remind me never to eat anything baked by someone carrying that many knives again.
Or at least make sure Patches is nearby. Preferably between you and the pastry.
I'll keep a pot ready next time. Mary Jane would have loved this crowd, chaos and all.
Aye, but at least the sweets were exciting. Even if my flame's still jittery.
Balance kept, promise upheld. The veil closes once more.
And as the last lanterns flickered out, peace settled once again upon the Crossroads Tavern, where wild laughter meets warm light, and even the fiercest magic can be soothed by the right brew, a steady hand, and a touch of green wisdom. Until the next gathering beneath the moons, may your cups stay full, your hearts stay curious, and your nights never dull. The fire is low, the mugs are empty, and tonight's tale has come to an end. But the journey is far from over. Thank you for gathering with us at Dungeon Brew Coffee Tavern, where adventure brews with every sip. Join us next time as new challenges arise, mysteries deepen, and the magic of the tavern unfolds. If you enjoyed this taste of adventure, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell so you never miss a new episode. We'll save a seat for you at the tavern. See you soon.